Hi, my name is Rochelle and the country I chose to present on for this tutorial is Mongolia. So the name Mongolia probably brings to mind vast grasslands, cold winters and a rich nomadic culture. But of course, due to globalisation in recent times, there is an increase in westernised culture in this country and a growing economy and expanding urbanisation. And this picture here shows two Mongolian falconers in traditional armour riding at the Nomad Winter Festival. So while there is also globalisation, there is also still very much that strong nomadic culture as well. And this next slide is a photo I included just of the capital of Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar, just to give some idea of its urbanisation. Mongolia is a former Soviet republic up until the early 1990s, and it's now democratic. As you can see on the map here, it is located between China and Russia. So, human development status. There's a lot of factors which affect or relate to the human development of Mongolia, and that includes changes in poverty, the country's Human Development Index, gender equality, per capita incomes, and other statistics such as infant mortality and maternal mortality. The United Nations Development Programme releases statistical updates annually on the Human Development Index and many other measurable factors, which affect the HDI value for every country. So to start off with, we'll talk about the Human Development Index of Mongolia. This is basically a representation of a country's well-being and provides a composite measure of three basic dimensions of human development, which are health, education, and income. The Human Development Index of Mongolia is 0.741. To give an idea of where this value of 0.741 places Mongolia on the list of countries in terms of human development, the highest scoring country is Norway, which has an HID of 0.953, and the lowest scoring country is Niger, sitting at 0.354. So Mongolia ranks at 92 out of 189 countries. And these values are based on the Human Development Report in 2016 and 2018. The graph below shows the changes in the HDI over the years since 1990, when it was instigated as a measurement for human development. Gender equality is, of course, factored into the human development status of a given country. So here are a few key statistics which indicate where Mongolia is at in terms of its gender equality. So the Gender Inequality Index is 0.301. Estimated gross national income per capita of a female is $8,482, and the estimated gross national income per capita of a male is $11,759. The female share of employment in senior and middle management is 36.7%, and mandatory paid maternity leave is 120. So per capita incomes and GDP. In correlation with several factors, the economic health and per capita income being a couple of factors, the life expectancy, infant and maternal mortality rates are dramatically improved in Mongolia, as you can partially see from the data provided in this slide and the previous slide. And on average, life expectancy at birth is 69.5 years. Sorry, I just realised I was on the wrong slide. So here you can see, the life expectancy at birth is 69.5 years. The infant mortality rate is 15.4 per 1,000 live births. Mothers are provided at least some antenatal care for the most part, and there is a relatively low maternal mortality rate for live births. Intriguingly, the male mortality rate is more than double that of the female mortality rate, and males have a shorter life expectancy at birth. Here are some more statistics from the UNDP Human Development Report on Mongolia relating to education levels amongst males and females. Interestingly, females are slightly more educated than males on average in Mongolia. So a Mongolian female on average has 15.9 years of schooling, whereas the average Mongolian male has 15 years of schooling. 65% of the tertiary school-aged population enroll in tertiary education, and the ratio of pupils to teacher is 30:1. Economic development. So moving on to the economic development in the Straits of Mongolia. An article by a gentleman whose name I find difficult to pronounce. He's of the Department of Anthropology and Archaeology in the National University of Mongolia and in the nation's capital. He titled an article, "Collaboration for Survival in the Age of the Market, Diverse Economic Practices in Post-Socialist Mongolia." And this article outlines and discusses in detail his country's economic journey from the early 1990s. And Ikunkolu says that social and political changes occurred in 1990, which called for the need to redefine and align society's subordinate relations through legislation as well as Mongolia's economies, in accordance with the changing social relationships, new values, and new conditions. Kinship relations and social networks persisted into post-socialism and continue to serve as the backbone of social relations for Mongolians. This produced diverse economic practices that shaped national economies, as shown in exemplar commodities such as cashmere, which is from the Jin's white goat, pictured in the top left corner, and scrap metal and marmot pearl trade. So over the past 2 to 3 decades, Mongolia has transformed into a vibrant democracy with hugely increased the level of GDP per capita since then, and increased school enrollments. With vast agricultural and mineral resources and an increasingly educated population, Mongolia's long-term development prospects are positive. Coal exports and business confidence continue to strengthen, and commitment to macroeconomic stability combined with favourable external environmental conditions should mean that Mongolia's recovery continues. So according to the World Bank of Mongolia, despite the improving outlook, structural challenges and limited export diversification remain and could amplify the vulnerability of the economy to commodity price or other shocks given its reliance on the mining sector. So downside risks to growth are vulnerability to commodity price downswings and prevailing drought that may affect crop and livestock production. Upside risks include stronger growth in the People's Republic of China, shocks affecting its domestic coal supply, and rising copper prices. Now here we have the Australian Awards Program in Mongolia. So through the Mongolia Australian Society, which is affectionately known as Mozzies, by the way, the Australia Awards Mongolia program has been supporting over 60 Mongolians in Australia to study in this past year actually, as well as a women's leadership program. And so the aim of this program is to develop capacity and skills so that individuals can contribute to development in their home country and build people-to-people skills, people-to-people links at the individual, institutional and country levels. The Australian government has provided scholarships to Mongolia in various forms since 1993. Since 2003, when Development Awards and Australia Awards began, more than 200 Mongolians have graduated with postgraduate qualifications and returned to contribute to Mongolia's development. The current phase of the Australia Awards Mongolia Scholarship Program has begun in 2013 and aims to support the development of human resource capacity in Mongolia. The Women's Leadership Program that is also supported by Australia Awards is an initiative that seeks to increase the number of women in senior leadership positions in Mongolia. Because as we saw earlier on, the percentage of female to male senior leadership positions in work is significantly lower. And so yeah, this is the data on the Women's Leadership Program. So despite more women completing tertiary education than men, few women occupy senior leadership and decision-making positions relative to the number of women in the workforce. And the Women's Leadership Program is dedicated funding through the Australia Awards Mongolia to improve and foster opportunities for women to access senior decision-making leadership positions. Motives of the Australian Awards Mongolia postgrad scholarships. In speculation, some motives could include, that I've listed here, more students equals more income for Australian institutions, tertiary institutions, especially if international students who are required to pay more than domestic students, they're going to contribute more to the economy. So more students also equals more income for the Australian government. And if Mongolians come to Australia, they will likely need to work at least a little to pay for their living expenses and possibly tuition and other study-related expenses if their scholarship does not fully cover their tuition. So this means that they will be contributing tax and contributing to the Australian economy while they're here. Offering scholarships for international benefit means a good reputation for Australia as well. And lastly, it also builds a relationship between Australia and Mongolia, which a positive relationship can always come in handy for us, I suppose. So that concludes my presentation, and thank you for listening. These are just references included. Thanks for listening.